History is storytelling. It tells us who we are, what our values are, and who came before us. Bill O'Neill was a storyteller. He was a country kid who recited poetry in school and grew up to be one of the elders of Deerfield who told the old stories and recited the old poems. Bill and his brother Frank drilled wells and delivered heating oil. And while Frank packed up the equipment, Bill's job was to present an invoice, often with a bit of poetry. Like James Whitcomb Riley, "The frost is on the pumpkin."
When the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock, and you hear the coyote in the gobble of the strutting turkey cock, and the clacking of the guineas, and the clucking of the hens, and the rooster's hallelujah as he tiptoes on the fence. Oh, it's then the times a fella is a-feeling at his best, with the rising sun to greet him from a night of peaceful rest, as he leaves the house bareheaded and goes out to feed the stock, when the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock. And there's something kind of hearty-like about the atmosphere when the heat of summer's over and the cooling fall is here. Of course we miss the flowers and the blossoms on the trees, and the mumble of the hummingbirds and buzzing of the bees. But the air's so appetizing, and the landscape through the haze of a crisp and sunny morning of the early autumn days is a picture that no painter has the coloring to mock, when the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock. Then your apples all is gathered, and the ones a fella keeps is poured around the cellar floor in red and yellow heaps. And your cider making's over, and your women folks is through with their mince and apple butter, and their sauce and sausage too. I don't know how to tell it, but if such a thing could be, as the angels one boardin', then they'd call around on me. I'd want to accommodate 'em, the whole enduring flock, when the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock.
Bill worked all his life around Deerfield. He had a deep commitment to this town and its history. He became a local celebrity, telling stories and reciting poetry for public events. For many years, Bill was the announcer at the Deerfield Fair Horse Bowl. The Deerfield Historic Society is the work of many people, but its permanent home was made possible by Bill O'Neill's generous endowment.